Can I get you guys on screen? You look wonderful.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and click the button. Now we'll start talking when we're live. Good evening, everyone out there in social media land. We are the Flint Public Health Youth Academy, and today we will be having a session where we reflect on our experience in the program. Dr. Bailey, our wonderful administrator for this program, will be our host, and I'll pass it over to you, Dr. Bailey.
Good evening, everyone. We are the Flint Public Health Youth Academy, and our mantra is everything is public health, and public health is everything. Our director and host, Dr. Kent Key, public health researcher at MSU College of Human Medicine here in Flint, is away this week. He's attending the daddy-daughter dance with a very special granddaughter. Isn't that right? I like that. You know, we still, no matter what we do, we still have to maintain our relationships. I am Reverend Dr. Sarah Bailey, your host for today. The Flint Public Health Youth Academy has been in operation since 2017. Since that time, a lot of youth have been exposed to public health as a career option through the efforts of Dr. Key. Flint Public Health Youth Academy has developed and is developing some awesome young people along the way. Tonight, we are featuring the spectacular interns and mentors, and they will tell you a little bit about their journey. We will start with some introductions and then get right in to some of the questions we have for our awesome interns and our spectacular mentors. So we'll start the introductions with okay, as I see you on the screen. Jazz, you want to start?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Jasmine Hall. I am a mentor with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy. I've been a mentor now for 2 years. I'm also a local epidemiologist at Michigan State University, Division of Public Health, as well as a yoga instructor. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Kayla?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kayla Shannon. I am a sophomore at the illustrious Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, majoring in political science, minoring in philosophy. This is my second year, going on my second year working with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy, and I'm so excited to be here with you all tonight.
Everett.
Hi, everybody. My name is Everett Graham. I am 17 years old and I attend Southwestern Classical Academy here in Flint, Michigan. And I am, I think, almost 4 years in with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy, and I'm so excited to be here.
Melody.
Hi everyone, I'm Melody Marsh. I've been a part of FIA for literally like a month now, and I go to Genesee Early College where I'm a senior.
Thank you, Melody. Amir.
Hi, hello. My name is Amir Brown. I am a junior at UM Flint, and I've been a part of FIA for about 3 years now, so glad to be here.
Cole.
Hi, my name is Cole Mays. I've been here for like around a year. I participate in GCI.
Khalil.
Hey, I'm Khalil Calvin. I've been on the staff and a mentor for FIA for about going on 5 years now. And I graduated from Georgia Southern a long time ago, degrees in biology and chemistry.
And
And I will be attending medical school starting in June.
we're happy, we're excited about that. We have a couple of more people on. I don't know if Monisha's in a position right now to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Onisha Summers. I don't know, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm Onisha Summers, and I've been working with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy probably since it started, I think. And I currently work at MSU. My background is in podiatry. I graduated from Temple University, and I think that's about it.
Thank you, Monisha. Cruz, are you feeling up to it? Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I can. I'm Cruz Duhart, a senior English major at Morehouse College from Flint, Michigan. And I've been with FIRE around 3, moving on to 4 years. I'm not feeling too well, so I won't really be participating today, but I wanted to still show up and support.
Yeah, and we wanted to acknowledge you as well, because our interns and our mentors, they do a lot of things they've done behind the scenes, and we're gonna talk to them a little bit about some of those things, hopefully tonight, as they share with you. So our first question to the interns is, what have you learned since becoming an intern with Flint Public Health Youth Academy?
I'll start. I feel like that's such a difficult question to answer because there are so many things that I've learned in the time that I've spent with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy. But I would say that the most integral, I guess, is just like what public health is. Because I think when I first joined the academy, it was like this obscure thing where I was just like, okay, like I understand health, I understand medical health, I understand oral health, but like what is public health? Like, how do you diagnose a public? That was something that was very obscure to me. But I think since being with the academy as long as I have, I mean, and we say this all the time, like it truly is everything. And I realized that more and more, like public health, that like everything, like everything you see, everything that you touch, everything that is important to you, like it is in some way related to public health. And so I would say that has been one of the biggest takeaways of my time spent here.
Would anyone else like to jump in on that? Go ahead, Amir.
I think for me personally, I think about like the assortment of different social issues that we talk about as topics on a daily basis here. And I really didn't realize that was that big of like, an effect on, or like a trickle down to other different types of things, like your local government, your local, different type of areas like that. So I really didn't realize how much it like really trickled down to, the individual person in the community. So that was a good thing I learned.
Anyone else?
Oh, I can go.
Go ahead, Everett.
Similar to what Kayla and Amir were saying, it's just kind of the realization that public health exists in like everyday life. There was a lot of things that I didn't necessarily notice before coming into this and kind of, getting this new vision on life. There's a lot of things I didn't notice happening, in the background that, were contributing to like these bigger issues. So I would say that joining FIA has like really opened my eyes and give me like another view on how things affect, the public health of a community.
Can I jump in and answer?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so one thing that I learned, kind of big picture, as a person who went to school and took a whole bunch of classes in public health, I realized like you don't have to have a fancy public health degree or even a public health degree at all to really do meaningful work. You just have to care. Like you can see it in every single one of these youth here. Like y'all care and y'all show up and y'all do the work. And that's what's gonna make that dip in as far as health disparities and as far as improving our community.
Awesome, Jazz. Awesome. Anyone else? Okay, we'll go on. Has your view of the community changed since being involved with FIRE?
I would say yes. I feel like being involved with FIRE gave me a sort of view that the community has more power than like we think we do. A lot of times we kind of think we're helpless and we can only do what like government officials or people in power, allow us to do. But working with FIRE has shown me that like I have other resources and other ways to kind of let things be known and kind of change stuff that doesn't necessarily have to go, through a vote or anything like that. Like there's stuff that I can do personally that can affect my community.
Awesome. Anyone else? Cole, if you want to drop anything in the chat, we'll translate for you.
I would say that I don't think FIRE has necessarily changed my view of the community. I think it has more so added more tools to my tool belt. I feel like before I joined FIRE, I was already in love with our community, and I already felt like, we were superheroes and that like there was anything that we could do. And I think the Flint water crisis was an amazing example of community members mobilizing themselves to bring about change. So I don't think it per se changed my perspective of the community and the power that we have and the issues that exist and the things that were necessary in order to change them. I think more so it helped me to prescribe the issues more or to recognize the issues or to recognize the how interconnected so many of our issues is. I think public health rather than I guess in a certain way, I can say it changes the perspective in that it like zoomed out, so to speak. Like, I feel like for public health helped me to see like, oh my gosh, all of these systems are interrelated, which I knew to an extent, but seeing their relationship to public health sort of confirmed that further.
Melody, you're kind of quiet and I know you're new. So you knew I was going to eventually get to you. But give us some of your perspectives. You've been here just a few weeks, but you're thinking.
So I think that it has like broadened my view in a way, like seeing all of the other interns and hearing about all the amazing things that you guys have done. It's inspired me to like participate more in more community events and stuff like that, and know that I can do something to help public health in general, not in general, but overall. And so it's just really inspiring to see the other interns and the mentors and hear about the great work that you guys have done. And it's showed me that I can help in the community and I can do more.
Thank you. Amir?
Well, I think that for me, like I already knew the community was, strong and we can, do things. But like, I think with this group, I think it's really shown me a lot of ways how we can help in different ways, like bring awareness to like the environment, and different things like that, and different issues that can really help and improve the community on. So that's what I learned.
Anyone else want to jump in? Go ahead, Jay.
I just wanted to say, so what I learned about the community is that like I didn't realize the level of support and enthusiasm people would have for youth, engaging in this work and for youth deciding and making decisions. Like I haven't heard a single we can have all of our community drama, so to speak, or political stuff, but I have not heard a single person not, get 10 toes behind this group. And it's beautiful to see. And then also like really specifically within our like racism as a public health crisis work, I learned that like even really young kids can really speak in detail and speak with nuance about what they experience as far as racism and what they understand is around racism. So like, even youth younger than the ones in the youth academy, they see what's going on and they have ideas on how to fix it. So that, that support that the adults are providing is ramp it up, because this is great.
Yeah. So since you guys have been part of the Youth Academy, what skills or capabilities have you increased since becoming more aware? Do you think you have, or have you not? What else have you been asked to do that was maybe not quite in the wheelhouse, or is something you aspire to do and you got a platform to do with the Public Health Youth Academy?
I would say definitely our messaging campaigns, like having the opportunity to truly tailor a message to young people about public health issues has been unique to this experience. I've had other experiences with just like campaigns in general, but doing like audio campaigns where we're able to go out into the community and speak interpersonally with people about issues that are truly affecting us as individuals and that truly impact our community aggregately. So I think that was a skill that the Flint Public Health Youth Academy has helped me to hone and strengthen.
Awesome. Go ahead, Everett.
Yeah, but I feel the same way. Doing like the social media campaigns have definitely been extremely unique to the situation, mainly because COVID. And I can definitely see how like my public speaking and just how like my ideas on certain things were like widened just from, having this experience. I don't think of myself like as a closed-minded person, but doing this work, I have been able to see the perspectives of not only my peers, but other people as well. And it's really just, like Kayla said earlier, it's been adding tools to my tool belt. The more, work we do, the more I participate, the more stuff is being added. So I definitely believe I was like enhanced by doing this work.
I just
Amir?
have to say, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jazz. Go ahead.
I just have to say, like my entire experience mentoring in FIA has been virtual. And I think my Zoom skills have really improved from these weekly meetings and bi-weekly talk shows. Even just like the back end of hosting webinars.
Yeah. Amir?
So I think for me, it's definitely improved my ability, like public speaking, especially on Zoom calls, because I think last year and the year before that, I was involved in different, conferences, speaking to people, different types of people, and I think that really helped me along with, speaking in front of people, because usually I'm not that active, but I think it really helped me a lot.
Yeah. I think for all of us, it's kind of improved some of our public speaking skills. And for me, who's struggling with some of the effects coming out of COVID, for me, I came out with a speech impediment, speech difficulty, and being on social media with the Public Health Youth Academy has taught me how to actually begin to verbalize my thoughts in an organized kind of way. So it's really helpful. It's really been helpful. Anyone else want to talk or speak to that? we've talked about what you learned and how it's changed your abilities and your views and your capabilities, and you've gotten new skills. What do you most enjoy about being at Flint Public Health Youth Academy? Is there anything that's enjoyable?
I think the whole experience is enjoyable. At least for me, I always have a lot of fun when I come here. Seeing you guys is always amazing. The conversations that we have, I don't usually have these types of conversations to like in depth in just regular life. So coming here, I really get to express myself, hear everyone else express themselves. And like I said before, like it's just about learning. Like I always get to hear other people's perspectives. When I come here, I get to see things from different angles, hear about stuff that like I would have no idea about, just, living my life. So it's always a fun experience to come here. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else?
This is Monisha. I'm just as a mentor for me, seeing the growth, like you guys, especially like, I've known Everett since he was really small. So like I went to high school with his mom, so we graduated together. So for me to see, the growth, like, I've seen Everett since he was about 5 years old. But even when we did the summer program with Everett and seeing him now, just seeing that growth, that's amazing. Things, the ideas they come up with. So that's the thing I like about every week when I get on. It's just always something new they all are bringing, like Kayla, Cruz, Amir, Cole, like you guys, Melody, are amazing. The things that you say, you guys inspire me in so many ways that you just don't even realize. Like me being an adult, and I mean, you guys are young adults, but the things you're doing at this age, I wasn't even thinking about doing. And so I think just seeing that growth is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it's been a joy to watch some of these youth, take that growth and go from being that precocious kid, Everett, into being a mature, young adult with really good thought patterns and really good solutions that can be implemented. So that's an awesome thing. Anyone else?
Kind of to piggyback off of what Everett said, like I don't get to have these type of conversations with like my friends and stuff like that. And it's just really cool to be around other people kind of my age. I'm a little younger, but that have the same views on things and agree with me and hear my opinion and not like go against it or something like that, but like actually listen. So that's really enjoyable. And that's what I really like about this program so far.
Yeah, and to sort of just reiterate and sort of pair it, like doing this with my community members, like with my people, with people whose company I actually enjoy, with people who look like me, with people who have come from some of the same experiences as me, but also others who have come from different experiences, like just truly being able to relate to those who I'm having this conversation with. It is a special and truly uncommon experience as a Black woman to be able to sit in a space and not only be a voice of expertise, but also like to not be the minority. Like most of us are Black women here. Like that is truly like a unique experience, and one that I do not take for granted. So I would say that's fun. And just the fact that like we're able to joke with each other, like y'all experience some of this out in social media land online, but it's even better behind the scenes. Being able to truly in many ways like do life with the people who are in the academy with me, and be mentored by the individuals that volunteer to be here. So I just, it's a great experience and it's fun for those reasons.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because I grew up in like Grand Blanc schools, which was like completely, not completely white, but there were a lot of white people there. I didn't really get to experience a lot of people of my color. And like just our last podcast being with all of those Black women were so amazing. And like just being able to hear their opinions and hear what they're going through and being able to connect with that was awesome. So I just really love this program already.
Yes. I want to say like there's a lot of things that I enjoy. But one of them is just the fact that it's a safe and consistent space. Like I don't show up like, okay, I have to, I have to be a certain way. I have to shrink. I have to, shape shift into some other person. Like I can be myself. And kind of like Melody was saying, like I can express my opinions and things that I believe and know that even if people like disagree, it'll be a safe disagreement. It's not like somebody's gonna, jump down your throat or do anything that'll hurt my feelings. So I appreciate that. I also just appreciate, like Monisha was saying, like I get to be inspired every week or in every other week on these talk shows by young people. I just want to specifically shout out Kayla because like Kayla, you're a whole rock star. Um, and it's so inspiring just to be able to hear you talk about like issues that honestly I haven't heard millennials, Gen X, boomers, none of us articulate things the way you do. So I just want to give you your flowers real quick. But there are so many pluses to this program, and yeah, I just love it. I'm gonna stop rambling.
Well, I'm gonna take a turn here for a second because there are a couple of folks that have not actually had any conversation, and I want to bring them into our conversation. And one is our very own newly appointed Dr. Khalil Calvin, who's been with us since the beginning. So, Dr. Calvin, would you like to tell us how long you've been a fire mentor, associate, the kind of work that you've done with us, and why did you decide to become part of this program?
Okay. I think I said before, I started this in 2017, or started working with this in 2017. So going on 5 years now. I think one of the things I got out of it was we're kind of here to provide a platform and a microphone for our interns. And the way you guys have been using that has been impressive. Just like Monisha, you guys inspire me every time you talk and you have these talk shows and these conversations with your other groups that we've worked with. And speaking of them, we've worked with so many different groups because of, I think it's just the impact of what you guys do and say and how these shows go, and even before then. So it's just being here, watching you guys do what you do, and then how you guys interact with everyone else, bringing everybody together. I think that's been like one of the most gratifying things that I get out of this. And one of the reasons I got involved with it was when Dr. Key was telling me that he was giving me statistics about how many Black people get involved in public health and medicine, and how that number is so low and it doesn't accurately represent the population of the country. And I wanted to be a part of like making that change, pushing us towards being actually representative in medicine and research and health, because a lot of the times we get overlooked and we get marginalized in those kind of groups. So that was like the big reason why I decided to get involved. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. I want to say something. We have so many rock stars in our midst. So many of these folks. You guys out there on Facebook, you just do not know how awesome some of these people are. I was teaching a class down at U of M in Ann Arbor, and they wanted me to teach on a qualitative and quantitative research. So you know whose work I took down there? Dr. Khalil Calvin's, because he developed one of the best primary programs that you could actually deliver to incoming freshmen on qualitative and quantitative research method. And those students that really looked at that program, they still contact me even to this day from the work that he did. And I like giving people flowers just like Jasmine did while they're still living and they know exactly how I feel about you and what you've done. Kayla went down to U of M, sat with the most foremost infectious disease doctors down there and gave a spectacular presentation. Amir, he's not on camera right now, but Amir, he has given so many presentations on fire and training sessions on fire. And Mr. Everett, what can I say? I've known him since he was what? How old were you, Everett? 13, 14? When you came on? And of course, you know, a lot of adults would have said, well, he's too young. But we said, no, he's just what we need. And he created so much havoc in the class. So we took him out in the field. And I think he understood from going out in the field exactly what public health was really all about. And of course, Cruz and Cole, they're not on camera, but these guys, they do some phenomenal work behind the scenes often with cameras and the like. So
Marketing.
they're artistic, very artistic. And we are putting those skills to use. So we have a lot of folks who never even knew that what they really liked could be utilized in public health. And we're trying to use all of those skills. Monisha, we're so happy to have you on camera. Want to tell us about your experience with the Flint Public Health Youth Academy? It's a very unique experience. Dr. Monisha Summers.
Okay, sorry, I'm on my phone. So my experience is similar to Khalil's. I started in 2017 working with Dr. Key, and my experience was more administrative. But as you know, the Flint Public Health Youth Academy progressed, I did help with like in-person events, and now we're doing virtual events. So I've been all around, but I've had an awesome experience. And like you said, working with everybody here has taught me a lot because like I said, my background is in podiatry. So it's healthcare, but it's still kind of different focus. So this experience has really opened my eyes, like where now like I'm interested in pursuing a public health degree. I'm not sure yet. I've been working in public health for 5 years, but I do have a toddler, so it makes it a little bit difficult to try to balance everything out. But since working, I've really been interested in working with the Public Health Youth Academy. I've really been interested in social determinants of health. So this is really, I'm learning from the kids as well as like the mentors in the program, Dr. Bailey, Dr. Key, you guys have taught me a lot. And like, you know, Jasmine was saying, like, I do want to say, like, I was just talking to my significant other about you, Kayla, because I'm like, listen to her. She's so eloquent. She's like in college and she speaks so well. So I learned so much and I've just had an awesome experience and I can't wait to continue on with this program.
Thank you, Monisha. Monisha, you guys, you know, she's already got it. She's got that degree that everybody else is running in search of, but she understands everything is public health and public health is everything. Gonna keep right on going here. What does how does mentoring, because I know all of you, even though you're interns and some of you are considered what we call mentors, but I know my interns are also mentoring. So how does mentoring enhance what you are already doing? Or does it?
I would say that I think the beautiful thing about being able to be a mentor to others is, to me, and I think this is a philosophy to live by, like your education is only as powerful as it is fluid. So it's only as powerful as it's not powerful if it stays with you. If the buck starts and ends with you, if you read a book and you take in all the information and you learn and it just stops there, I mean, you read a book and you've learned what you could learn, but what truly is the power when you cease to exist, which we all cease to exist eventually. And I think the beautiful thing about mentorship is having the ability to create a legacy. And not even just a legacy in the sense of like my legacy as a person, which I think is valuable, but I often think is the primary way that people view a legacy, like a person's legacy. But I mean like the legacy of activism, the legacy of progress, like the legacy of equity work, the legacy of public health work. Like I feel like the beautiful thing about mentorship is having the ability to truly alter times beyond where you're able to exist. Like you truly are able to contribute to what the future is going to be, what your children will experience by passing on information. And I think both ways, like not only do you have the ability to pass on information, but I believe that an important part of mentorship is having the ability, the capability of saying, what can I learn from you? So I think that's a beautiful thing about mentorship too, is having the ability to not only pass down information, but to receive information and skills and expertise in exchange.
Melody, you're sitting over there. You're not getting away with any of this. You're going to have to speak to some of this. It doesn't work that way.
This question is really a hard one for me because currently at school I have mentees, and it's kind of hard relaying like things to them and helping them, and it's kind of hard. I don't want to say they don't want to be helped, but it's hard to like connect with them when they don't exactly, reply sometimes. So right now I'm struggling with my mentees and how to show them kind of the way and show them things at GEC. But being mentored is something that is very strong. I mean, one of my close mentors, Destiny, she's always been there for me and always has taught me things. And other friends, like peers older than me, are always good mentors to me and teach me different things. So yeah.
Yeah, and it works both ways. A mentor can learn from a mentee, and mentees learn from mentors. So it's bidirectional learning. And anytime you think that you have it all, you probably need more, because none of us have it all. But we learn as we go and as we share with one another. One more question here. No, I got a whole bunch of more questions. So anyway, since becoming a FIRE mentor or intern, have you learned anything about working with other youth or with youth?
I can go. Sort of connecting with the last question, like how you said it's kind of connected, being a mentor and a mentee. For years I've been a mentee. I have amazing mentors, and some of like the best mentors that I have are people who aren't necessarily, mentors, if that makes sense. Like they're people that I've learned things from, but that wasn't, their goal. They were just, there dropping these bits of information, dropping these seeds, and I took to them and I grew them. And I feel like it's sort of the same for me, at least. just being able to kind of drop seeds into some of my peers, some of my friends. And I don't necessarily think of myself as like a mentor to them, but I do have, information and things that I like to share with them. And I feel like that sort of relationship has been something unique to FIYA. Like there's not really another, without going through these experiences myself, hearing things from you guys and then being able to relay those experiences to other people, I feel like that's a very unique experience that like I would only get through FIYA.
Anyone else?
I would say being a mentor, I've learned to be a better listener. Like I'm a person who talks a lot, just kind of in general. And being a part of this group, like I guess I don't feel the need to talk as much. And it's made me more of a mindful listener too, like, not really interrupting. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I want to get my thought out, I want to, contribute to the conversation. And it's like we definitely have our like freedom of, you might raise your hand, you might just kind of jump in, but it's very respectful. And it's like, I think it's improved my communication skills. I also, I feel like it's taught me a lot of things, and I've mentored Flint youth since I graduated high school. And I think this experience has been one that has taught me the most about myself and about mentoring youth.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Khalil.
I was just gonna say that, well, I guess this program in particular, one of the things I learned was giving you guys space, like a safe space to talk, and just giving you the room, and then you do with it what you will. I think being able to do that and what's come out of it, it's kind of gives me a little bit more hope. Yeah. And I just want to see where everyone goes after this, because if you're able to do all this at this point in your lives, like where can you go?
Anyone else? Well, I'm going to go a little bit off topic because I can't be on this program today. And I too, Jasmine, am a talker, but I'm also a listener as well. I can't just let it go. On yesterday, we had an amazing thing happen in my world. I never thought I would live to see it. I thought if it came to pass, it would be in your parents' world or in my grandchildren's world. I never thought I would see a Black female as a Supreme Court justice. Anybody want to share?
I do. I do, because it's just, as you've said, Dr. Bailey, it's something that we cannot expect. Like Black women consistently make history. And the reason we make history so frequently is because so much has been deprived for so long. And the fact that it took us until 2022 in order for history to be made in this way. And for those of you who do not know, our Supreme Court composition over the years, if you look at it, is like white man, 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 white woman, white man, white man, white man, white woman, like Latina woman, white man, white man, white man, white man, like it goes on and on. And so to have history made in this way is it's baffling for me. For those who do not recognize how huge this is, to be a Supreme Court justice is a lifetime career. Like she will be sitting on the Supreme Court for as long as she lives, of course, unless there's some extenuating circumstances that would change that. But I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud to be a Black woman. I'm so proud to live in a time where this is possible for Black women. And I don't want to say that as a pat on the back to America, because it is not. We should have been living in this time a long time ago, but it is beautiful to see us make necessary progress. And by us, I mean Black women.
Yes, yes. I want to echo that, because this was a moment where it's like, we really can do anything. We can really, truly do anything. And like Kayla was saying, white man, white man, white man, occasional white woman, forever. As a numbers person, I have to share, like, in 232 years, there have been 116 justices. 108 of them were white men. So when she said white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, 108. 6 have been women. 2 have been Black men. 1 has been a Latinx woman. And finally, we have a Black woman. I'm so excited to see not only what she does, but how she influences those around her, and the morals and the values of the other justices who have these lifetime appointments. I'm excited and I'm proud.
Okay, Amir, you back on camera, so that means you want to talk.
So for me, I think it was a really, really great moment, especially because, I was able to, get the opinion of my grandma, who obviously, she was born, civil rights times, all that type of stuff. So it's very crazy to think about, like, this is like the first Black female Supreme Court justice. That's probably one of the greatest moments in US history. So all that, I hope she does well, and I know she'll do well. So this is a very happy moment.
Anyone else that want to share?
I was just gonna say, I think it's amazing, and not just this, but it is like this is an amazing thing, but it's like showing us that Black people can do anything. We can become president, we can become vice president. Now we can be, it's just letting us know that we can do these things. These things are possible for us. Like before, it was always never possible. Like people felt like these were things that were unattainable, and they are now. You can do these things. So it's awesome, especially like Kayla, Jasmine, and Amir said, like, to see this woman in this position. But just for me now, it's just opening my eyes, like, to see that we can do things that we never expected. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I just can't wait for this to be commonplace. I just can't wait for, and maybe it'll be in our lifetime, maybe not. I just can't wait till we get to the point where it's no longer, we have to make history. Like, of course, it's beautiful when history is made, but on the other hand, I also want us to bring attention to the weight and the burden of carrying history on your shoulders. There is so much on Judge Jackson right now to basically do it perfectly. She can't be too kind. She can't be too strict. She can't be too this. She can't be too that, because she's making history. And so as beautiful as this is, I also want us to, and I hope that we will give her grace for the journey, in recognizing that as much experience as she has, irregardless, she's human. And that is the one thing that Black women are often faulted for, is our humanity. And so I just can't wait. I can't wait for, once again, for it to not be history, but for it to just be another Black woman that's on the Supreme Court.
Be still my quiet heart, because you just said something that I had to remind someone this week. I don't care what other title I go by. I am still human, and I will not allow you to take my humanness away, which means I'm fallible. I can make mistakes. I can falter. I cannot be perfect. It's okay if I'm not perfect. I try. I go into everything with a spirit of excellence. Sometimes I land on excellence. Sometimes I just land on good. Okay? And that's what we're trying to get folks to see. If I strive for being the best, I can land on just being good, and that should be good enough for everybody from me. I might want to push myself a little further, but everybody else should just be okay with my good. My good is pretty doggone good. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that even though I don't want to give the US Senate a pat on the back, it was a bipartisan vote, barely, but it was. So it says that so it still gives me that little sliver, not much, but a sliver of hope that there are some righteous people in this world. And that eventually we're going to, I might not see it, but you guys may see something good really coming out of all of this. It has been a pleasure to have this conversation with you guys this evening. That's how we do it at Flint Public Health Youth Academy. One thing doesn't happen, but we know how to make other things happen, because that's who we are. We are the Flint Public Health Youth Academy, and everything is public health, and public health is everything. Anyone else with some parting words for tonight? Anything that's on your mind that you might want to share with our viewing community? If not, we're going to give all of you, as we say, some change back. Have a good evening. We love you. Bye.